Hello, everyone. Sorry. I'm tired. Anyway, so we are going to continue with the Secret Door to Success series by Florence Scovel. Shinn. This video will be Chapter 9, The Way of Abundance. So we start off Chapter 9 with a verse from Job, Chapter 22, verse 24. Then shalt thou lay up gold as dust. So she says the way of abundance is a one-way street. There's an old saying that there's no two ways about it. So when someone makes a decision, they always say, this is what's going to happen, and there's no two ways about it. Okay? So abundance is a one-way street. You are either headed for lack or you're heading for abundance. So remember the fork in the road? You're heading for lack or you're heading for abundance. I had tricks for breakfast, and now I had like 4 different types of cake. Like we buy the cake at the grocery store that has 4 different types of cake, 4 different types of bun cake flavors. So we always go in, take a small slice from each side. So we have 4 different types of cake. I have that with coffee, iced coffee. So body's like, it's too much sugar. No such thing. Well, yes, there is. Anyway. So, okay. Continuing. There is a lavish supply divinely planned for every individual. So this is why we have to get rid of our thoughts of lack and limitation. There is no lack or limitation. There is a lavish supply for us. If we want to be rich, we can receive more money than we could ever possibly spend in this lifetime because it's a lavish supply. Okay? It's more than we need is available for us. More than we need is divinely planned for each of us. She says rich thoughts produce rich surroundings. Yeah. Okay? If you have thoughts of lack, your 3D will show that. This is what my 3D this is what my thoughts have shown thus far. Okay? This is not rich surroundings. When I talked about in my theater of the mind, okay, my dad named me after a princess. So I should be living as a princess. I am an angel. I have royal divinity. But this is what my 3D looks like. So rich thoughts. You have to think of yourself as divine. Okay? You are divine. You are divine spirit. You deserve the riches and the best in life. She says, change your thoughts and in the twinkling of an eye, you change your reality. It's that simple. People are like, it can't be that simple. Remember the saying, work smarter, not harder. This is working smarter. Changing. Like if you haven't seen my Theater of the Mind, the most recent one, go watch it. And there I tell you from personal experience how my change of thoughts have changed my current reality. Tangible. I have tangible proof of how it's changed my current reality. She says the world is a place of crystallized idea and words. In the other chapter, we talked about how words and thoughts crystallize in the 3D and become things. Okay? This toy was a thought. Okay? But now it's reality. It's tangible. I could turn this on. And it makes little chirpy noises. Chirp, 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 chirp. Chirp, chirp. There it goes. Chirp, chirp, chirp. Okay? Okay, you can be quiet now. Stop it. You stop that. Okay? That was a thought in someone's head, and now it's sitting here on my desk. She says you reap what you sow. Thoughts become things. Look around you. Look at your life. What are you attracting into your life? You cannot enter the kingdom of abundance on a lack mindset. Okay? There's no way you can do that. If you want to enter the kingdom of abundance, you have to have an abundant mindset. Like attracts like. Trying to enter the kingdom of abundance on a lack mindset is like, you know, the goblins storming the castle. You know, do the goblins ever successfully storm the castle? No. Why? It's the same thing, lack mindset. You're weak. And that was aggressive, wasn't it? I don't mean it in an aggressive way when I say you're weak. Your mindset, lack mindset is weakness. It's giving in to the weakness, okay? It's giving in to the 3D. It's not believing in your own personal power. She says, don't look for something desperately. Look for it with praise and gratitude. And this makes me think about a lot of people. I talk to a lot of people from Nigeria. Okay? Because I get, the romance scammers, I get a lot of them. But all they have to do is say hi and boom, I can tell. And I call them out. Okay? For who they are. Like, I'm not stupid. I know exactly what you're doing and who you are. A lot of times we become friends because I'm looking at things from their side. And they're like, of course they try to romance scam me. And, oh, I love you and I want to be with you. And I'm like, no, I'm spoken for. I'm not available. And they're like, well, I'm desperate to find someone. And I always tell them that's your problem. You're desperate. You're needy. You will never find someone with that mindset. You're desperate for money. That's a lack mindset. You will never get the money you desire if you are desperate, needy. I need someone. I need a girlfriend. I need a boyfriend. I need money. Need. That's desperation. You're not going to get it with that kind of mindset. Look for it with praise and gratitude. Okay? If you're looking for someone special, if you're tired of being alone, write down the type of person that you want. What does your Prince Charming look like? Who is he on the inside? Praise this person. Say, I am so grateful that this is the man or woman of my dreams. I'm so grateful that this person is in my life. And again, who are they on the inside? Are they compassionate, kind, patient, loving? Well, that's when you have to mirror that. If that's the type of person you want to attract, you in turn have to be kind, compassionate, loving, affectionate, whatever it is that you're looking for. Okay, is this person well groomed? Good hygiene? Dress well? You know what to do. You as well want to have good hygiene, dress well, mirror the person that you want to attract. If it's money you're looking to attract, do it with praise and gratitude. I love money. Okay? Money is wonderful. I have more than enough that I need. Remember my video about my medical bills? I don't look at them and go, I don't look at that huge bag of medical bills and go, oh my God, I just want to burn them in a bonfire. No, don't want to do that. I look at them and I'm like, wow, I'm so grateful that I have the money to pay these medical bills. The only thing that's holding up my abundance is not spending the time to sit down and organize them. Once they're all organized and ready to be paid, I will receive the money to pay them all, and it's all good. That's the kind of mindset you have to have. Okay? In the last chapter, what did it talk about? the law of, not recognition, the law of not, actually I forgot what it was, but it talks about not giving any credence, not giving any thought to the things you don't want. You don't want bills? Send it away with gratitude and praise and love. You get your bill, you're like, I am so grateful that I have the money to pay this bill. Put it in your bill place, box, whatever it is. I have the money to pay that, no problem. Send it away. Don't worry about it. Don't think about it. Okay? It opens the gate because expectancy always wins. Yeah. When you say, I am so grateful that I have the person of my dreams, it opens the gate. When you say, I am so grateful that I have the money to pay off these bills, it opens the gate. Why? Because you are saying, I am so grateful that I have. Okay? Not that I will have, not that I hope to have, that I have. You want to put it in past tense. I have this. Or present tense. I have this already. Okay? That's why, with me, my twin flame, I'm not like, oh, I hope to meet him. No. Him and I are bonded spiritually for eternity. Am I sitting here like, when is he going to text me? When is he going to message me? When is he going to be with me? No. Because we're going to be together for the rest of our lives no matter what. So what am I worried about? He's always going to be there for me. I'm always going to be there for him. So what? I can let it go. I can just let go and know for a fact he's always going to be there. And that's how you have to be. Not only with the person, but with money, with abundance, with a car, with a house, whatever it is that you're looking for. She says, but even a dishonest person with rich thoughts will attract riches, but it won't last long and it won't bring happiness because the universe doesn't discern a good person from a bad person. Just like it doesn't have a sense of humor. So it's just going to say, you know what? You're thinking thoughts of abundance. All right, you get abundance. Doesn't matter who you are. But it won't last long. Why? Because a dishonest person always has those negative thoughts. Greed. Okay? They get the riches, but they hoard them. They hoard the riches, and they want more and more. It doesn't bring them happiness. It brings out this, I see, like, in my head, I see this red-eyed monster. Okay? It's not happiness. It's like, it brings out an evilness. Look at some of the richest people in the world. I have one person in my mind in particular. I'm not going to mention his name, but he is just a terrible person. Okay? Look at how much trouble he's in. Okay? Look at what he did, to facilitate a storming of the Capitol building. Yeah, he's rich. Okay? But it won't last long and it won't bring happiness. He's not a happy person. And look, now he's being indicted on all of this stuff. He's probably going to lose all of his money. Always ask for what is divinely yours under grace in a divine way. Remember the story of the woman with the house. Okay? She was set on that house. Specifically. She ended up paying her karmic debt. She got the house, but she paid her debt for getting that house. The better way to have asked would be to ask for a house similar to that of which is her divine right, or divinely hers. Okay? That is a divine way to ask, to say, like with my twin flame, I ask for him or better. Someone like him or better. Someone with his profession or better. Someone with his income or better. Someone with his looks or better. Whatever is divinely mine. I know he is, because he's my twin flame. But that's when you ask for someone, that's what you do. You think of the person that you want, type of person you want to attract into your life, and you say, this is the type of person I want to attract into my life. Them or better. I always say them or 10 times better. Or you can say, I would like to attract this person, someone similar or 10 times better. Because what you're asking for is the bottom line. Like, that's the minimum you're asking for. If I can't get this person or get this thing, I want better. And the universe will go, okay. She says millionaires. You know the instant millionaires? Those who win the lottery and Publishers Clearinghouse. And within a year or two, they're broke. Dead broke again. Why? Because fear and worry cause them to lose the money. They get this money and they're not prepared for it. They don't know what to do with it. They go out and they spend it. They buy their gold toilet seats, right? And pretty soon they have no money left. They were not prepared for it. They went out and they bought the lottery tickets and they entered Publishers Clearinghouse. And they're like, yeah, I'm going to win it. I'm entering. I'm doing this. I'm doing that. But they didn't sit down and take their piece of paper and say, when I win, how am I going to deal with this money? How am I going to be wise with this money? They receive this money unexpectedly. They go nuts. Like when I received my dad's inheritance, I went nuts. Why? Because in that case, I knew it was coming. I knew it was coming to me, and I still did not sit down and budget my money wisely, and I lost it all. So whatever you are looking to attract, as soon as you ask for it, start preparing for it. Sit down in a quiet place. Write down, what are you going to do with this thing? What are you going to do with this new house? What are you going to do with the new car? What are you going to do with this new person? What are you going to do with this new money? She says we all tend to worry about something. So if it's not money, it's something else. Okay, it's like I was talking about replacing one addiction with another. Okay, like me, I replaced my alcohol addiction with sugar. And after I quit drinking, I started craving candy. I went on Amazon, I bought a 40-piece box of Japanese candy and a 40-piece box of Mexican candy and a 40-piece box of sour candy. My bottom drawer was filled with candy because I was craving sugar. And why was I craving sugar? Because that's what alcohol is. Alcohol is made out of sugar. And when I stopped drinking alcohol, my body was like, sugar, I want more sugar. That is why I didn't have a sweet tooth when I was drinking, because I was drinking my sugar. And when I stopped drinking the sugar, my body was like, more sugar, more sugar, I need more sugar. And I started eating a lot of sugar. So now, yeah, I eat cake and donuts and churros and all of that stuff. And that is something I have to deal with. I have to combat. Stop eating so much sugar. But it's the same thing about worry. If you say, oh, I'm not going to worry about money anymore. I'm going to leave it up to God. You're going to find something else to worry about. Okay, well, I'm going to worry about my health now. Don't worry about anything. Don't replace one worry with another. Just like you don't replace one addiction with another. She says, okay. Jesus said, in world thought, there is tribulation, but be of good cheer. I have overcome the world thought. Okay? So basically, Jesus was saying, if you look at the world, look how much strife there is. Look at all the hunger and the wars. There's like something horrible going on in Israel right now. And that is a culmination of world thought. World is thinking, oh, what about war? What about this? What about death? What about hunger? Well, that brings all of that stuff. But Jesus said, be of good cheer. I have overcome the world thought. And that means he's overcome the world thought by saying there is no need. There is no need for anything. She says, in the superconscious, there is supply for every demand. There is food. Are you hungry? There is food. Okay? Are you broke? There is money. Are you lonely? There is a person for you. You just have to trust that God will bring it to you in divine timing. So it says here, if you return to God, you shall be built up in consciousness. You shall put away iniquity far from your tabernacles. Then you shall lay up gold as dust, the gold of Ophir as the stones of the brooks. Yea, the Almighty shall be your defense, and you shall have plenty of silver. So, iniquity, you shall put away iniquity, negativity, far from your tabernacles, which stands for dwelling, your house. Okay? If you return to God, you shall be built up in consciousness. You shall put away negativity far from your dwelling. Then you shall lay up gold as dust. And I will discuss what that means, lay up gold as dust, in a little bit later. So it's saying, if you trust God, you'll remove negativity from your dwelling. Bad energy, bad thoughts, negativity. You can say to yourself, I am the daughter or son of the King. My rich Father now pours out his abundance upon me. The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. God is my Father. I'm a princess. I don't have to want for anything. He'll give it to me. Okay? You have to say, I am the son or daughter of the King of God. We all are children, princes and princesses of God. And God pours out, my Father pours out his abundance upon you. It's your inheritance. Okay, look at it as your inheritance. Another one is, I am the son or daughter of the King. Everything makes way for me. Think about a procession. You're a prince or princess in a procession. Like Aladdin, the movie Aladdin. Remember when he was going to meet Princess Jasmine? He was up on a big elephant and there were dancers and, there was this huge procession and everybody made way for them. That is you. Be Aladdin or Princess Jasmine, whichever. Okay? She says, changing consciousness is not for the lazy. It is not. Changing your thoughts are not for lazy people. Okay, that's why I say people are like, oh, manifestation is for lazy people. No, it's not. It's hard as hell. And changing your consciousness is not for lazy because you have to have that tower moment where you break down your subconscious, destruction of the old to make room for the new. And that is really hard. You have to delve into your shadows, into your traumas and heal those. You have to change your self-concept. You have to believe in it may not be physically hard work, but emotionally and mentally it's hard work. And that is the hardest type of work you can do. She says you must think yourself rich. You must see yourself rich. You must continually prepare for riches. If you want to be a millionaire, think as if you're a millionaire. See yourself as a millionaire. Close your eyes and visualize yourself as a millionaire. What are you going to buy? Where are you going to travel to? What type of people are you going to have around you? You must continually prepare for riches. let's say $1 million check shows up in the mail. My eye itches. Today, what are you going to do with it? Make a preparation to receive that money. She says, be a child and make believe, visualize, pretend. You know, like children, like I watch my daughter and she makes all of these little things, you know, and she plays with them, you know, and they talk to each other. That is what I'm talking about. But with your imagination, you want to be a millionaire? Go window shopping. Go online. What are you going to buy? Okay. I have a picture of my dream house. I look at that. It's for sale now. I look at it and I'm like, I look at all the pictures and I'm like, oh, I can see myself. That's how I shop for houses. I look at the house and I look at the interior. I look at the kitchen. The kitchen for me is paramount. I must have a big, beautiful kitchen. And I look at it and I'm like, could I live in someplace like that? Like the big mansions that have like these huge rooms and all the space. I could not do it. It's not cozy for me. But I like coziness. I like an open floor plan, but I like coziness. I don't want to have to hop on a bike to go from the family room to the bathroom. You know what I mean? Get like a Vespa to travel around my house. No. So make believe. Find your dream car. If you can, go test drive it. If not, look at it online, watch videos of it, and imagine yourself driving that car. She says you are impressing the subconscious with expectancy. You're telling the subconscious, hey, okay, this is my car. This is my house. This is my bank account. You are impressing the subconscious until the subconscious says, well, yeah, I guess if that's what you're saying, then yeah, that's what it is. And it sends those blueprints up to the universe to say, create this. This is divinely hers or his. She says the great genius captures his thoughts from the superconscious. Remember, the superconscious holds your divine reality. Okay? The great genius can reach up and grab those thoughts and put them into his head constantly until those thoughts are sent down to the subconscious. And the subconscious is impressed with those thoughts. The Bible says, without the vision or imagination, my people perish. Okay? Without vision and imagination, my people perish. So it's about, like I said, it's about not paying attention to your 3D. Your 3D is technically your past. This is stuff that you have manifested up until now. This does not serve you. Okay? Because we all have a vision to be for greatness, to get more than we deserve. Job chapter 22 verse 1 says, acquaint yourself with him and be at peace. Thereby good shall come to you. Again, it's just like I was saying, if you return to God, you shall be built up in consciousness. You shall put away iniquity far from your tabernacles. I don't know why it's so hard for me to say that. Tabernacles. Same thing. Okay? Acquaint yourself with him and be at peace. Thereby good shall come to you. Job chapter 22 verse 23 says, if you return to God, you will be built up. You shall put away iniquity far from your tabernacles. Okay? Same thing. She says, if you are trusting entirely, another part of it says, if you are trusting entirely on visible supply, it is better to throw it away and trust absolutely in God for gold, silver, and riches. Okay? And that is what is meant by you shall lay up gold as dust. Basically saying you should throw your gold into the dust. You might as well just throw your money away and depend on God. Because God is your supply for gold, silver, and riches. And I'm not saying take your money and throw it out. No. I'm saying don't look at physical supply. Your supply is up in your 3D, your warehouse, okay? Your little warehouse in the 3D, your bottomless pit of a warehouse that holds everything you could ever possibly desire. It's there. Trust on that warehouse. Everything has your name on it. And think of it this way. You like some people might say like, okay, if that's my warehouse and it has everything on my name, in my name, and it's divinely mine, why don't I have it? Because you haven't paid for it yet. Think of it that way. You haven't paid for these things. How do you pay for these things? Changing your consciousness, changing your self-concept, getting out of that lack mindset and being abundant, saying that everything in that warehouse is divinely mine. It's mine. I expect it in my life. I want it. But you have to believe it from the very core. You have to believe it from your subconscious. That is your divine right. And like they said, it's my money and I want it now, right? She says, depend on the visible supply, the bank of the imagination. Remember I was talking about the universal ATM? Bank of the imagination. So when she says, it says here, if you trust entirely on visible, the 3D supply, it says depend on the visible supply, okay, of the bank of the imagination. That is the visible supply you want to trust, not the 3D. The 3D will always throw lack and limitation at you. But the bank of the imagination will never. You want a visible supply? Close your eyes and imagine that bank of yours. It's your bank. It holds more money than you could ever spend in your lifetime. She says, let us attach ourselves to God and have peace. For he shall be our gold and our silver and our riches. That is letting go, having perfect faith and say, I have no worries. God will always supply what I need. My Father will always supply what I need. She says, the inspiration of the Almighty shall be my defense, and I shall have plenty of silver. You can say the inspiration of the universe, the inspiration of God, the inspiration of the angels, whatever. The inspiration of the universe shall be my defense, and I shall have plenty of silver. Money, in other words. I will never go without because of the inspiration of the universe, and that goes with inspired action. Listening to what God and the angels have to say to you, saying, hey, if this is what you want, this is what you gotta do. Oh, okay. So that is the end of chapter 9. Next chapter, chapter 10, is called I Shall Never Want. And this was that, and it was, I mentioned it, the Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. Okay. Psalms chapter 23, verse 1. That is going to be the next chapter. So, I hope you enjoyed the chapter. I enjoyed doing these. I learned so much. I love doing it because it really raises my vibration and puts me in the mindset of what I really want. It's changed so many things for me. So if you want to see how this is working in my life, take a look at my most recent Theater of the Mind video. Also, my information is down below if you would like a free reading for this month. Like I said, I can also do a birth chart or numerology chart, as well as a card reading, as well as card readings. So I do those 4 things. If you would like to help out my channel with a donation or a tip, that information is down below, as well as my Instagram and TikTok. Thank you guys so much for watching. I love every single one of you. I appreciate you. I'm grateful for you. If you like this video, please leave a like, and remember to subscribe. I don't know if I already said that, but if I didn't, please do. Have a fantastic rest of the week. Remember to spread love, joy, compassion, tolerance, acceptance, and gratitude. And I will see you next time.